All right, thank you very much, Merritt. It's 5:32, and right now we're following a developing story many of you first learned about from an alert on your phone. It ended with a violent struggle between Pinellas County deputies and a 24-year-old man after hours of a SWAT team standoff in a home in Lillman. Laura Harris is live at the Pinellas County Jail with more on exactly what happened and what is next for the suspect. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Dan. 24-year-old Mantiego Wallace still sitting here in the Pinellas County Jail waiting to find out when he will be able to make his first appearance in front of a judge. Not sure quite yet because he was booked overnight on charges, plenty of charges, that is. One of those aggravated assault with a weapon. Now, this all started when Wallace confronted and threatened a woman on the street a little before 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, showing her the gun he had under his shirt. She says he told her that this was all for her and her brother. He was trying to kill her. She was able to get away and call 911, and that's when Wallace went looking for a place to hide. Now, when authorities got to the area, Wallace took off on foot. He then broke into a woman's home through the back door, hiding from police for a 6-hour standoff. Pinellas County deputies say Wallace barricaded himself in that home at 4195 28th Street North in Lillman. In the home was a man, a woman, and a 2-month-old baby, but deputies say they have no reason to believe that Wallace knew who they were. Despite numerous attempts to get Wallace to surrender, he stayed in an upstairs bedroom under a cover, and then he tried to jump from that second-story window.
He was confronted by the SWAT team members, and he violently fought. And there was a violent struggle on the south side of the house, and it took several sheriff's deputies and SWAT team members to take him into custody. But thankfully, he was taken into custody without injury to any deputies, and nobody was seriously injured.
Now, we're told that there was a warrant out for Wallace's arrest for a prior burglary charge, possibly the reason he was trying to get away from authorities. He was eventually arrested a little before 10 o'clock last night. Now, we were able to speak with the victim's daughter right after all of this happened. I'm working on putting that together for you, and we'll bring it to you in a live report at 6:30. For now, we are live at the Pinellas County Jail. Laura Harris, ABC Action News.
Thanks, Laura. 5:34 now. Harris is live in the newsroom now with how the National Rifle Association is taking this debate. Laura?
Well, just a short time ago, I talked with a spokesman for the National Rifle Association. He assures me they will be issuing a statement soon on the president's latest proposals. But this statement just came into our newsroom from Florida Senator Bill Nelson. He says he's a hunter, and President Obama's proposal is not an attack on the Second Amendment. He says, quote, "This is a problem that common sense and moderation should dictate what the law should be." All right, well, on to the president's 23 executive actions announced today, which include a call on Congress to ban military-style assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, tougher sanctions on people who buy guns with the sole purpose of flipping them to criminals, and closing loopholes in the gun sale background check system.
First, it's time for Congress to require a universal background check for anyone trying to buy a gun. The law already requires licensed gun dealers to run background checks, and over the last 14 years, that's kept 1.5 million of the wrong people from getting their hands on a gun. But it's hard to enforce that law when as many as 40% of all gun purchases are conducted without a background check.
Now, again, we are expecting a response from the NRA very soon, much like the one they issued following the passage of what some are calling controversial gun control bill in the state of New York on Tuesday. In that statement, the NRA said, in part, the National Rifle Association and our New York members are outraged at the draconian gun control bill that was rushed through the process late Monday evening, and we will be considering all possible legal challenges in the near future. And the NRA didn't stop there. Just yesterday, the organization released the following spot calling President Obama an elitist hypocrite, a commercial the White House is now calling repugnant and cowardly. Take a look.
Are the president's kids?
Laura?
Dan, there are still dozens of emergency vehicles out here right now. I can tell you, we've been out here for probably the past 2 hours, and traffic backed up for miles. We're right on West Hillsborough. I want you to just take a look behind me. Cops, sheriff's office, just trying to keep people back. They've even tried to keep us a safe distance away from this apartment complex because they say they want to keep us out of the line of fire, is what they're calling it. So kind of want to bring you up to speed in the event that you don't know exactly exactly what's going on. A deputy came to 9113 Hillsborough Avenue West serving an eviction notice. The man living inside was armed when that deputy served the notice. Deputy tried to get away. He was barricaded inside that home. Finally, the man that was holding him hostage, somehow that deputy got out. We're still seeing, as I speak right now, more emergency units coming through. So we're still trying to get more information. We have seen SWAT team personnel coming out of that apartment complex since we got here, and we got a chance to actually speak to some of the people that live in this apartment complex because they actually have been evacuated. Here's what one man told us.
About an hour and a half ago, all of a sudden there's a bunch of police cars that were coming in. I came out to see what was going on, see what the disturbance was. It seems that there was someone that they tried to serve an eviction notice to. The guy was Baker acted last November. According to what we've heard, the police officer was taken as hostage inside into the bathroom. When the guy went in the other room, the police officer got out. Right now, from our understanding, they're just waiting to, SWAT's here and everything, they're waiting to get the gentleman out so that we can actually all get out of the condos.
So you've been evacuated?
I want to stress that deputy that was barricaded inside for that time period, he is okay. We have been told he is doing just fine. Not exactly sure where he is, but we do know that the man that is armed is still inside his apartment. Negotiations still going on right now. We have heard over the loudspeaker a couple of times, not quite sure what deputies are saying to him, but they're just trying to talk him out. That's what they're telling us out here at this point. But of course, we will stay on top of this and bring you the very latest as soon as we get it. Live in Tampa, Laura Harris, ABC Action News.